You're back on talkSPORT, Enzo, myself, Will Varney, on our dedicated NFL YouTube channel ahead of live commentary this weekend as the Minnesota Vikings take on the New York Jets at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. An absolute pleasure to be joined by New York Jets linebacker Jamien Sherwood. Jamien, thank you so much for joining us here on talkSPORT. How excited are you to be here in London and ahead of this weekend's game on Sunday as well?
Well, I appreciate you for having me. I'm super excited. This is my second time in London. Hopefully it goes the way we want it to, and I'm just happy to be in front of those fans out there playing in that stadium again and getting the chance to experience London.
When you played here before, what was that experience like?
I played in 2021, so that was actually my first year in the NFL. So honestly, just getting that experience of, well, to be honest, that was my first time out of the country, so country of America. So it was amazing, honestly. That was a surreal feeling. Honestly, you never know where life's going to take you. So getting that opportunity to go play football across the pond and playing in London, it was cool for me.
I wanted to ask you then, in terms of that being your first year that you were playing in the NFL to now, how do you assess the journey in your career, those steps that you've taken and where you're currently at with your game?
So my process in the NFL was a little different. I changed positions coming out of college. Then that same rookie year, literally the week after we left London, I actually tore my Achilles. And then just progressing to become a linebacker, to become a better player in this league. So I'd say my journey, my process has been amazing. I thank God for it all. I'm just happy to see what the future looks like when it comes.
You've taken on a much greater role in recent weeks, obviously, with the absence of CJ Mosley, almost seen as a real cornerstone of this Jets defense. And you, alongside Quincy Williams, have been able to show flashes and make plays in that middle and really the core. CJ is, such an integral part of the defense. What have you learned from him, and how has it felt stepping into his shoes?
Well, I'd say CJ prepared me for this moment. Like I said, I changed positions, so I went from a safety my whole life to becoming a linebacker at the highest level, and I knew nothing. So to have a Hall of Famer right next to me, he's like the blueprint for everything. Like whenever I have a question, whenever I need something answered, no matter what the case may be, he's there for me. I appreciate it. Same thing with Quincy, what I'm saying? He's created a process for himself, the journey that he's taken to become an amazing player in this league. Both of those guys are stand-up guys. They help everybody in our room. So without them, honestly, I wouldn't be able to fulfill that role the way I am at this moment. So I give all my credit to the both of them.
You mentioned Quincy in terms of his journey coming in from the Jaguars and, being a free agent, coming in and having an all-pro year last year alongside CJ. Like you mentioned, what have you learned from Quincy, and how inspiring has it been to see his journey and the level that he's reaching and looking like yourself playing alongside him?
So I remember my first game watching Quincy. I actually wasn't playing that game with an ankle injury, and all you just seen was big hit, big hit, big hit. You see him running from sideline to sideline, just making plays all over the field. So just to see that, and I'm pretty sure he had the same journey as me, being switched from safety to linebacker. So that gave me hope as well that I would be able to do it at some point. And then like you just said, he had an all-pro last year. The level that he took to reaching his preparation was amazing. Staying after, meeting with our coaches morning and afternoons, getting with CJ as well, just getting in his book and doing the best that he can so he can go out there on Sundays and perform. And as you can see, all his preparation has worked out for him. So, it's big for me to see. And, what I'm saying, all I got to do is put the work in, keep faith in God, and, the rest will do itself.
I spoke to Quincy recently, and we spoke about how he was able to speak with Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron's asking Quincy, what are you seeing on this play in terms of helping the offense? I just wondered, in terms of what you're seeing from Aaron, how has it helped your game and you develop in that role as a linebacker as well?
With Aaron, what I'm saying, he's a veteran quarterback, savvy guy. So just seeing how he works his offense, he's reading me. So in terms of me holding my disguises longer, me getting deeper in my drives, me reading the runs faster. It's just like complementary football. What he sees in us, and he's going to check the offense, it just tells us that what we need to do better and stuff like that.
In terms of, I wanted to ask about Coach Ulbrich, and this is a guy who's made such a big impact with this defense as the coordinator. And what are some of his qualities as a DC? This is a guy who many people believe has the qualities going forward to be a head coach in the NFL. What are some of the qualities that help, bring it out of you as a player on game day?
I just say his connection with the game. You know, he's played football at the highest level for a while. You know what I'm saying? But I would really say his connections with all the players, and that's for every one of our coaches. But you know, Brick, you know, he has a relationship with each of the guys on the defense. You know what I'm saying? When we all get around him, any one of our coaches, we all feel comfortable, and that's the main thing. Your players have to feel like your mom and dad or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just have to be comfortable, because you know everybody's always hesitant on, oh, do I do this, am I gonna make a mistake? You know what I'm saying? Our coaches embrace, like, obviously they don't want you to make mistakes, but when you do, it's just all about getting it right the next day. You know, they do a great job of coaching us, getting us ready, preparing us, schemes and all that. So you know, like, just Brick, if he does become a head coach one day, he would be a great one, because he's been a great defensive coordinator to us. You know, happy to have him as my defensive coordinator for these past 4 years. And again, he believed in me, because like when I came into the league, I was super small, wasn't a linebacker. You know, he helped me, gives me tips as well as everybody else on how to become a better player. You know, I appreciate that. And again, just all around, he's just a good person. So I think that helps him with being a defensive coordinator.
Coach Salah is somebody who lives and breathes defence, and we often see on the sideline that buzz, that energy. What's he like around the building, in the locker room after a win? Is he, or you know, after a defeat, is he somebody who is very calming, or is he angry? What are some of those traits of Coach?
Coach Salah as well. He's a great dude as well. He's a great dad. He's a great coach. He's probably a great brother, so on and so forth. I just say, like, you know, no one ever likes to lose, but you know, when we do lose, you know what I'm saying, he helps the team stay together. He brings everybody in, you know, lock arms, you know, keep swinging, all his little sayings that he gives us. And you know what I'm saying, when we are defeated, you know, he handles it well, and we go out and practice the next week as hard as we can, hoping to be better the next week. And all in all, he's just a great leader. You know what I'm saying? Our coaches believe in him, our players believe in him, and everybody else should too, because again, he's just a great dude.
I thought it was really interesting you mentioned that connection that you have as a defence, as a team, almost like a family almost inbuilt. And there's so many people from different backgrounds in terms of coming together and all playing for one another. I wanted to ask you about one player in particular, and being Sauce Gardner, and what his personality is like in that locker room. I mean, I can see from the look of your face, what is Sauce like to deal with? He must be a character, surely.
Most definitely. I thought I liked to play around a lot, and I do, but he's different, you know what I'm saying? And the type of energy he provides to the team is something that every team needs, because, you know what I'm saying, if stuff isn't looking right, you know, he's going to do something funny, or at least just be a leader in a serious moment, and, you know, he's going to get everybody to rally together. And again, when it is time to have fun, he's going to make sure we have fun. He always has a little joke. He always has a little dance. You know, Sauce is a great dude. You know, and I'm happy to have him as a teammate, because again, every team needs a teammate like that.
In terms of this weekend, then, you're going to need a lot of energy coming up against an undefeated Vikings side. This is a team playing with plenty of juice right now on both sides of the ball. In terms of coming up against that offense and trying to stop them, limit players like Justin Jefferson, who have this amazing way of just finding space, commonly dealing with a quarterback like Sam Darnold, who's playing with so much confidence right now. How do you as a defense stick together and make these stops and turn the tide really in this game, do you think?
Like you said, they're a 4-0 team. They're doing a good job this season. You know, they got great players. But the main thing about this league is going out there and being yourself. You know, regardless of who you're playing, you could be playing Michael Jordan or whoever the case may be. You know, you got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in your preparation. You got to believe in your technique. And we put the time in just like they did this week. You know, we came up short some weeks, but you know, it is what it is. Everybody gets paid in this league. But again, it's about going out there, believing in yourself, and just doing it for the man beside you. You know, all the other 10 people I line up next to, I think about their families and their wives and why we all do this together. I think about mine as well. And, you know, I just go out there and play to the best of my ability. And that's all it's going to take on Sunday. Again, they're great players. We're great players. We're all pros. We're all in the NFL. So it's about who wants to be the better man that day. And, you know, we're going to go out there and, yeah.
I look forward to seeing it play out on Sunday. Jamien, absolute pleasure speaking with you for talkSPORT. Enzo, thank you for joining me.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.